Hi, Sam Tolbert, Sound of Joy Music Services, and we're back with another quick lesson that we want to be able to share for those who may not be aware. June in the United States, because we do have viewers all around the world, but June has been designated as, they use the term Black Gospel Music Month or African American Gospel Music Month is what I prefer. So the thought came to me, let me give you a 10-minute video highlighting 5 eras of music where you can see the evolution of the styles of music that as a youngster I was exposed to and played for decades. So we're going to be starting with it's like an actual journey. If you see the thumb title, "Journey Through Gospel Piano: 5 Styles in 10 minutes." We're going to go to Negro Spirituals, traditional hymns, classic gospel, contemporary gospel, and CCM Gospel. So I've got my good friend ChatGPT give me some suggestions. 3 of them I would have selected. The other two I was surprised that ChatGPT knew about them, but that's the age we live in. So number one, spiritual. Going to use the song "Wade in the Water." In the key of C is where we're going to be, but this is going to be C minor, harmonic minor is where this scale is going to be found. So wade in the water, wade in the water, children, wade in the water. It's a spiritual. God's gone to trouble. Here's the harmonic, the B major. So the song "Wade in the Water" has I won't call it a dark sound, but a minor sound. Let me see if I get this right. Yeah, see the melody, and then to the C minor O for the 5. God's gone to trouble. There's the major, seventh on the 5. Now, a lot of musicians don't like to play spirituals, but I find that this almost like you can mirror them with classical chords. It means you can go in and out of what a classical sound would be. A little jazz. This one chord I want. Here it is. Diminished chord, and then back to the minor. Minor, diminished chord. This is the classical sound. God's going to trouble. Finish on the 7th and finish on the minor. There it is. All right, so that is our spiritual era of uh, the history of the different types of songs that came out of the African American culture. The hymn, we're going to go to Tommy Dorsey. I'm not sorry, the hymn, that's the gospel. We're going to go to the hymn, "Great is Thy Faithfulness," which is a very beloved hymn. Now I'm going to keep it in C. And if we stay with the traditional gospels, hymn side, hymn sound, traditional, that scale. Find your melody. So that would be quasi hymnal because it's generally done in the key of E flat, but I'm trying to keep things in C for our musicians who are learning the piano. You want to establish the melody first. Change key, which is G major. Back into C. A, C, G. So if you want to establish some generic chords for that melody, the 1, the 2, the 5, the 1, the 4, 3, 6, 2 major, 5, stay in the 5, to the 1, stay in the 1, 2, 3, 4, sharp the 4, sharp the 5, stay in the 5, turn on the 2 to the 5 for the great is. There's your melody, there's your chord that builds the 5 chord. Great is thy, stay in the 5, gratefulness. Now here's where you could change. It's a 6 major with a 7th on it. Great is. To the 2, the D minor. Now a lot of musicians do this walk down. Once again, all I have needed, fourth hand to provide it in the 2. Now you can stay in the 2 or go diminished up. Great is thy, to the 5. Lord, unto me. Now the hymnals, I often say, when I began to look at the hymnal music as a youngster, because I was in an actual jazz band, I had to pull back on a lot of the chords I would use because I wanted to give the song a little more meat to it. But the hymnals really is for learning chords. Those chords are some of the best chords you need to learn because they become the building block to what you want to do. Building blocks. Almost like playing 3-part harmony in one hand, but you are imagining what other chord can you possibly put in there. And I'm going through this quick. I have 10 minutes to work on this, 10 minutes or more. So let me see if I can give you musicians that haven't learned this song in its traditional form, what you can add to it. So great is thy, diminished chord to the 2, gratefulness. Go to the sharp, the 4, now to the 5. Oh God, our Father. You see, I did that walk up. 4, 1. I'm sorry. 5, 1, 4. There is. We'll keep it traditional. No shad. 3 major on the 6 of. Watch this drop down. Turning from thee, just like we did on the other part. Thou changes not. Remember my lyrics. Thy compassion, they fail not. Get your hands positioned, and as thou have been, thou forever will be. I played this song so many times, I'm running the lyrics through my head. Great is thy put a diminish on there. Not a diminish, put a minor 6. Gratefulness. A small return, 3 to 6, major. Great is thy. Diminish on the chord again, on a sharp 1. Great to the 2. Drop that down. Now back to what I was learning. And let the lyrics left me. All I have needed, thy hands. 5 have pro, 1 4 guided. Now you can go 4 to diminish. Great is, I'll let you see the chord. Thy faithful. We'll label on the major 6. Dun, 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 dun. 2. Lord, drop down to little arpeggio, B, and you can go. If you don't have this reach, just roll it. Hold the sustain pedal. There we go. So that's the hymn. Played traditional and then a little more chording added to it. So for gospel, now we're going to Thomas A. Dorsey. They coined him as the godfather or the father of gospel music. He brought in his background as a big band musician into the gospel sound. And we're going to go to Precious Lord, Take My Hand. We'll stay in the key of C. So the big band sound is just that. Big chords. All this movement. Precious on the 3. Shush. And you stay in the 5. Lord. There's that turn. Let me get this right. There it is. Take my hand, and you can stay in the 5. You can go to the 1 with a 7th chord. Lead me to the 4. This is the gospel sound. Let me stand. Like being the Kef. I am. Now some go up here. This is the more contemporary gospel musicians, but you really stay down in the 4. I am to the 3. Weak. No, I am weak. 3. I am 6. To the 2. This is a number system. 1. I forgot my words. Write down. I should have the lyrics in front of me. This is that old gospel sound. Drop that down to this C7. To the 4. Half step up. Precious Lord. 3, 6. Take to my the 5. Find that melody because that'll give you the chord which best suits it. And lead me on. Write down. All right. So that is the traditional of that era gospel sound. That's kind of the chords that I came up with as a young instrumentalist in high school when we were learning big band songs. When I got into the church and I began to play, and these songs would come across my ear shout. Again, I was not the main church organist. I was number 5 on the list, but no one wanted to play the piano. So when I got to the piano, the organ always covered the piano up. So, but that didn't stop me from playing. So I played it if though I was on an album. Using all the notes on the piano. I am tired. I am weak. That got the lyrics are coming to me now. I am worn. I put those in between passing tones through the storm. But the night. Take my hand. Lead me on through the night. Take my hand. 6, press 2, 5. That's where the number system comes in handy. And lead, stay in the 5. B, stay in the 5. All these chords in the 5. On. Just finishing cadence chords. All right. So the next song for contemporary gospel, number 4, ChatGPT went to "Now Behold the Lamb" by Kirk Franklin. So I may pull back on that one as being a example of contemporary gospel. That means you've just passed over the Hawkins, you passed over Andre Crouch, you passed over Keith Pringle, you passed over Thomas Whitfield for contemporary gospel. So let's go to a favorite. Let's go to the Hawkins, because that to me is when contemporary gospel got its start. When the Hawkins came in, and okay, we're gonna stay in the key of C. Okay, we're gonna sneak in there. "Oh Happy Day," different key, different key. There it is. I'm gonna go contemporary from my era. Now we're in a different key. So because we're in an actual different key, what happens is I've got to change the positioning of where the chords would be in my mind. Oh, happy day. Bim, bim, 2, he washed my sin. One, 5, he taught me. 1, still no one to wash, fight and pray. Still no one, still the one. Now 3, 3, 4, 5, 3, 4, sharp 4, 5, and 5, 1. With that 7, what contemporary gospel did was put a pop sound to it. Every bum, 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 bum. Happy day. Now there were a ton of songs that came out for the the Love Alive album. I'm trying to keep it in C, but everyone that keeps playing, thank you, Lord. How did chat leave it out? Now playing this key before. I know the chords are going. Right down the scale. That's why scales are so important to hear songs in different keys. All right, so let's go to CCM Gospel. And ChatGPT came up with Sinach Waymaker as your CCM Gospel. Again, the 5 eras of gospel music. And still keep it in the key of C because we want our musicians to get comfortable watching this presentation. This is a presentation, not necessarily a lesson, but it's a presentation. But I have the Cordy app up in case you want to practice along with what I'm doing. Let's see. I got it right. Five, 6. Waymaker 4, 5, 3, 5, 6. 1, 5, 6. Now the gospel side of me is coming out with the other chords. Gospel side of you. For 5, 1, 2, 5, 5, 4, 5, 1, 4. Waymaker, promise keeper, light in the darkness. 5, my God, that is who. again. It's in C, but I'm thinking A minor, which A flat, A minor is really C major. That's why the chords will fit. The changes fit. 4, the melody's catching me because I don't usually do CCM. 5, 1, 2, 3, 1, 6. Single notes for the number system. 4, 1, 5, 6. So that was our presentation covering the modern worship is number 5, starting from the Negro Spirituals, which is number 1, and the songs which we threw in. It's supposed to be a 10-minute. I know I went over that amount, but I wanted to be able to demonstrate and let you get a picture, a snapshot of how gospel music in the United States has progressed, and it's really loved all around the world. So as a musician, when you have an opportunity to play gospel music, you're not just playing notes, but you're playing into a heritage, an actual legacy, a into a family of notes, chords, progressions, and ideas from the various different styles that merged together somewhere in time. And I got a chance to be a part of some of that change. We didn't cover anything from Hezekiah Walker, anything from Kurt Carr, certainly anything from Richard Smallwood, but they all have their piece of this great heritage that we call gospel music. So Sam Tobit, Sound of Joy Music Services. If you like these videos like this and these type of presentations, leave a comment, give us that thumbs up, consider to subscribe to us if you're not a subscriber, and if I forgot to say anything, don't forget to do this.